What is up, everyone? Welcome back to your daily dose of Heroes of the Storm. My name is Death, and today we are playing Anub'arak. Let's get into a game.
For the Frozen Throne!
Alright, today we are doing Battle of the 2-Minute Spider Queen. My team, Raynor, Malfurion, Nazebo, Anub'arak, Kerrigan. Enemy team, Kael'thas, Tassadar, Sergeant Hammer, Stitches, and Leoric. Okay, we're going to be going with my pretty standard Beetle build today, and with that we're going to be taking Assault Scarabs for our first talent. Increase the attack damage of spawned beetles by 25%. Okay. Oh no, we had someone DC already. That's unfortunate. Hopefully he comes back. Okay, our abilities really quick. Q is called Impale. This is a skill shot that sends out a wave of spikes that is going to knock an enemy up if it hits them and deals a little bit of damage, stunning them for 1 second. Pretty good CC. W is called Hardened Carapace. This is going to put our shield in ourselves. It's going to last 3 seconds. Pretty decent shield, and it'll get you out of some pretty sticky situations, but do not rely on it exclusively. E is called Burrow Charge. This is a movement-based skill shot that sends you burrowing in a direction. You can activate it again or let its duration run out, and you'll pop up at that location. Okay. Our trait is called Scarab Host, and what this does is every time we activate an ability, it's going to summon a little scarab. You can see it there doing its thing. And it will go out there and it'll start dealing damage. And we're actually going to build this up quite a bit. And hopefully we're gonna let it sit here. And hopefully be able to make ourselves a bit tankier. That's kind of what we're hoping for. We're using the scarabs to their full effect, making them extra tanky. Now, Leoric is not Leoric, I'm sorry. Anub'arak is a pretty cool hero. I'm really a big fan of his play style. You put these beetles out there, they do a lot of the tanking and everything for you. Uh-oh, we are in a bad situation, or we're going to pop our shield. Oh, and I got hooked. I think I'm going down. I don't think there's anybody for me to survive. Nope. That was a very, very nice gank on the enemy's part. They got me. Very, very nice job. So, one thing I need to do is I need to, because of the nature of the enemy team comp, we're going to be using Burrow Charge to make sure we get out of situations. That way we are not throwing our life away. So you can use Burrow Charge to engage or to disengage, and we're going to be using it to disengage for now. Okay. Put a little scarab out there. Now, the scarabs, they have advanced AI now. They will...
I'm pulling back now.
They will go out to lane. Alright. We're going to have to go down to the bottom lane. They'll go out to attack the enemy, but if the enemy leaves their line of sight, they will go ahead and they will go back out to lane and help push. Okay, for our next talent here, we're going to be taking the Legion of Beetles. We're going to spawn beetles periodically. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move this down. We can, if we want to hide in a bush, turn this off so that way we're not spawning beetles anymore. But we will periodically just spawn a beetle. I think it's once every 8 seconds. Yes, it is. Once every 8 seconds, we're just going to poo a beetle out. Alright. You just stay out of Leoric's Leoric's grasp there. It is going to deal some decent damage to us. Alright. So, we are not going to have the sustain we need just yet. We need another talent, which will be coming up here very soon, that will help us keep our health pool nice and high. Give us some nice sustain, some nice self-healing. Alright.
Kill this hero.
Oh, I'm in a bad spot. Gotta get out of there. Alright. Unfortunately, without the healing, we are not going to be able to sustain as well. Alright, we are a bit low. Malfurion is going to heal us up.
I am renewed, servant.
Alright. We did get a kill on the Kael'thas. The hammer did manage to get away. As you can see, as I was spewing out the beetles there, we have a lot of beetles going out, and now we're going to get leeching scarabs. Our beetles are not going to heal us whenever they deal damage. Alright, putting that up on ourselves. Can you get out of there? There we go. Malfurion came down with a very, very nice save. There we go. Working with our team, getting our CCs out there to deal some pretty nice damage. Okay, we're going to go ahead and rotate up, make sure we're not losing out on any of this experience. I'm going to go ahead and turn in my 10. I am out of mana. Let my team know I'm coming back to tap. Okay. Alright, go Beetles. Okay, we're not gonna get the turn in. They're gonna sit here. Alright, the enemy did get their turn in instead. We need to back out of this. Our Beetles are going to be doing some work up there. That was a very, very nice zombie wall. Got them both. Okay, so we need to defend. This is actually not a bad position for us. The waves aren't pushed too far in. We're going to be able to get some nice damage out on their... Alright, very nice. Got the stitches. That was a very strange place to go back. Alright, we need to back out. Trying not to take too much damage here, trying to let my Beetles go out and do what they need to do. Okay, this time here we are going to be taking Locust Swarm for our heroic. This is an activatable heroic that is going to deal some pretty decent damage in the area around us, and it's going to give us a significant amount of self-healing. So you see we're going to trigger this with all that self-healing. Bam! Alright, the enemy has destroyed a fort, but we're still looking pretty good. Alright, we're going to tap, get some of that mana back. Go back out here. Okay. We can turn in 10 seconds. If we can get some structural damage here, this would be fantastic. No! I'm trapped! Go Beetle. You know what? I'm completely out of mana. Alright, I have to retreat. I have to go back and get mana. I was completely out of mana there, which was not good for the team fight. Okay, so we can get a turn in if we want. We could also try and push in and get some structural damage out there. That way, when we do get a turn in, we're going to be able to deal some extra damage, but it looks like we're just going to go straight for the turn in. Okay. Send another Beetle out there. Okay, we have our heroic ready. We're gonna go ahead and pop it now. Scarabos is giving us a ton of healing. I'm sorry, the leeching scarabs there. Ton of healing, ton of sustain. Pop him in the air, and that's a dead Stitches. Yeah, Locust Swarm is going to give us a lot of healing. Every time we summon the Scarabs, we're going to get a lot of healing. We're just going to get a lot of sustain in general. That's kind of what we're going for. Alright, we don't have to worry about PL Thoughts just yet. Oh, I'm going down. Okay, whew, that was close. I need to back out.
Healing fountain.
I'm just going to back out completely. At this town tier, we are going to be taking... So I think what we might do is... I think we're going to take Spell Shield. Kael'thas is the biggest threat on the enemy team, and if we're able to minimize the amount of damage he can deal to us, we're going to be able to take a lot more... we're going to be able to take a lot more damage in those team fights and be able to provide a lot more support for our team. Alright, not gonna let the York get out of here. Okay. We lost. Oh, they want to continue to fight. We should go for a boss right now. We have the advantage, and we will have the advantage for a few more seconds. If we just take this now, it does not look like we're going to do that. Okay. Best to not force it. We can get a turn in. Alright, and there we go. We're going to get a turn in instead. We had control of the map. It would have been an okay option for us to try and take the boss. But playing safe is also not a terrible idea. Alright. Alright, we have our heroic going off right now. We're trying to at least make ourselves a tasty target for them. Nice. Excellent work. Perfect. Okay, so we did get multiple kills there. It's going to help us push in. Get out of the bad stuff, maybe. Okay, at this talent tier, so this is where things get a little more interesting. Taking the Beetle Juice is not the best option, even though you are able to do put a lot of Beetles out there. They're not going to be getting too many kills, and even if they are, you're not going to be seeing too much from them. So instead, they don't really have any auto attackers except for Hammer on their team. Alright, so instead we're going to be taking Blood for Blood. Blood for Blood is going to be an activatable. They do have a Stitches on their team. It's going to do some pretty decent damage to him, and we're going to get some nice self-healing from that. I'm just going to sort of be in the way. Okay. So the Nazebo did get grabbed there, and I went in to save him, but we're in a good position right now. We may as well take this keep down. We can do it. I believe in us. Right, we're going to bounce out. Now we can leave. We should leave for real. We need to bounce. Please run. Please run. Jeez. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna tap, get our mana, get our health. They want to take this. This is not a terrible idea.
Retreat.
So my Beetles will tank for me, which means that I'm able to get these camps pretty nice, pretty quickly, and pretty safe. Yep. I'm gonna go turn in now.
Death to the living.
Our whole team is not here. We're not in a very good spot here. Alright, we're gonna pop our heroic. I'm going down. Whew. Beetle healing yet again. Go Beetles. Alright. That is a very, very nice combination of Beetle healing and Scarab healing. A lot of... Alright. Team really needs to learn when to disengage. Alright, once again, I am very low on mana, so I need to go back. I need to heal up. Get that mana up. Yes, my team really needs to learn when to disengage. There is no reason the Zebo should have died there. It's just... It's always a good idea to back out a little early, especially when you have no real escape. Every death matters. I agree. Alright. This is actually the best place for us to be attacking right now. Alright, we're going to toss the Scarabs out there. Let them do their work. Alright, popping our heroic. Getting that beautiful self-healing out. Alright. Okay, this talent here, we are going to be taking Rewind. This means extra Beetles, extra stuns, extra CCs. Alright. I'm not trying to focus him, we are actually trying to focus the core. Gonna get my Scarabs out there once again. And that is GG. GG team, great work. Way to keep the pressure on. That's what it's all about. Whenever you get the advantage, you need to keep the advantage by keeping that pressure on. Anub'arak is, like I said, he's a lot of fun. He's a ton of fun. When you have an actual healer on your team too, his sustain is insane in the game. You can get in there and you can do a ton of extra healing and a lot of sustain. So here you go. Here are the stats. I didn't get a single killing blow, but we were there for 26 of the kills. 26 assists. That is not bad at all. We took a significant amount of damage there, soaking up all of that damage. Here were the talents we went with today. Pretty much the standard Beetle build all the way up till 13 and 16, and then we switched it up just a little bit. So at 1, we took Assault Scarabs, increases the damage of our spawn Beetles by 25%. This fits very nicely into the 7th talent here, but at 4 we take Legion of Beetles, where we're automatically spawning a Beetle every 8 seconds. You can toggle this off if you're trying to hide in a bush or something like that. You can just sit in the bush, turn this off. You see you get an extra action button. I moved it further down on the list, so that way it wasn't one of my 1 or 2 keys. At 7, like I said, the first talent, 25% extra damage, plays very nicely into this one. Beetles heal you for 50% of the damage that each attack of them does. So basically, when you have a ton of Beetles out there, you're getting a ton of a ton of sustain in there. So at 10, we took Locust Swarm. Basically, this is going to create an area effect sort of drain ability. You're going to deal damage to enemies, and you're going to heal yourself as the Beetles sort of eat everyone up and continue that for 8 seconds. So it's a great sustain tool and lots of AoE damage. So when you know you're going to get into a fight, pop this sucker, go in, and just go nuts. With all the beetles you're putting out there, all the healing you're getting from that, plus the healing you're getting from this, you should be able to stay alive in the match. Now, that being said, Web Wrap is also absolutely fantastic. You can take this if you really want to knock at that one person. So let's say that the enemy team only had one real damage dealer on their team in a quick match. You web wrap that person, bam, done. Another thing you could do is if the enemy team is staying alive because of a healer, you could web wrap that healer, and then the enemy team has no sustain, they get blown up. That being said, you can destroy the web wrap. So if the enemy team is really focused, they can just be like, okay, so the web wrap, we all focus down, burn it down real quick, get our healer back out, get our damage dealer back out. At 13, specifically to counter Kael'thas, we took Spell Shield. Upon taking ability damage, reduce that damage and further ability damage by 50% for 3 seconds. Can only trigger once every 30 seconds. This is a fantastic ability to sort of limit those mage-type characters. Kael'thas has a lot of burst damage, and that's where a lot of his strength lies. If you're able to minimize the burst damage he can do to you, then you're able to survive that. You get that self-sustain going, and there you go. You got a lot of extra healing that can bring you back up, and because you minimize all the damage he's going to do, you're not that low anyway. At 16, we took Blood for Blood, mainly because we had 2 prime targets. Stitches, depending on his build, he can get healthier and healthier, and there you go. He was getting healthier and healthier. So 10% of the target's maximum life, if we targeted him, we would get a ton of self-healing then. This is also good for Leoric as well. Not so much for Sergeant Hammer, Tassadar, Kael'thas. That being said, it is still 10% of their life gone in one hit. So if you're able to get that and get the kill, go for it. At 20, we took Rewind. This is a 60-second cooldown. You activate this, and it resets the cooldown on all of our basic abilities. We went with this time just because it's fun to have a ton of beetles out there. You Q, W, burrow, rewind, burrow, WQ, and you suddenly have 6 beetles out there, plus the one you spawned for the 8 seconds. It gets ridiculous. That's a ton of healing. It's a ton of fun. There are other talents you could take to adjust depending on what you're going for. So at 13, you could go with Burning Rage if you have if you're sticking to the enemy or they have a lot of melee people coming in at you. This is a fantastic one to take. Does a lot of extra damage. Allows you to clear the waves a lot faster. If you're going against Zagara too, it's not a bad option because as long as you're not mounted, if you walk past their creep, it will start destroying the creep, which is fantastic. If you were looking for something else, you could go with Chitinous Plating. Honestly, personally, for me, I tend to either take Burning Rage or Spell Shield, depending on what the enemy has. Stay away from Symbiotic Armor. Your beetles aren't going to last long anyway, and giving them a shield, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. At 16, Imposing Presence is pretty much your go-to, unless the enemy doesn't really have anybody for you to be slowing. So if we looked at the enemy team, they had a Sergeant Hammer was their only auto-attack hero, so slowing her down, while beneficial, was not going to be helping me all that much. The big drawback to Imposing Presence is they're only slowed as long as they are attacking you. The second they get off of you, those auto-attacks go back to normal. So Sergeant Hammer was probably not going to be focusing anyway. This really works well for things like Illidan or Raynor or something like that, who can chunk your life away because of that giant killer. This is going to slow them down and hopefully help you live. Basically, I balance between Imposing Presence and Blood for Blood, this talent here, just because even against the squishy team, Blood for Blood can still give you some healing, give you that self-sustain. At 20, pretty much any of the options that are available to you are pretty good. So Hive Master is pretty neat because you get a Vampiric Locust that deals a bunch of damage and returns some health to you that just flies around you. It attacks every 3 seconds. It's a pretty nice ability that gives you some extra sustain, even when your heroic is not up. Hardened Shield is also fantastic. 75% reduction in damage for 4 seconds. 60-second cooldown. This is for those teams that have a lot of burst outside of ability power, and you need that extra survivability. You can activate this, survive for a lot longer, especially with all that self-sustain, and you should be good to go. And then Rewind is just incredibly fun. This allows you to put a ton of beetles out there, and if you're 1v1ing somebody at level 20, you're going to have a ton of crowd control and a ton of sustain, because you pop this shield, your shield goes down, you pop another one, there's also 2 beetles out there beating on your enemy who are also returning life to you. I'm a big fan of his level 20 talents just because any one of them are perfect, and just it depends on the situation you're in. We were ahead, I wanted more Beetles, so I took Rewind. If we were a little further behind, I may have taken, or the enemy was really focusing me down, I probably would have taken Hardened Shield, or maybe even Hive Mind, just to get that extra sustain even without the heroic being up. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm a big fan of Anub'arak. If you have not tried him, give him a shot. Especially when he is free. He is a ton of fun, and go for the Beetle build. It's a ton of fun. I'm telling you guys, it's a blast. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you all later.